Indeed. Slurp. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. A sip or a flurp and a smile. Good morning. Some of us slept in this morning. Actually, I woke up very early and then I went back to sleep for a few minutes. That was just little quotations because it wasn't really a few minutes. No, at like 25 to 6, my sweetie came in and said, "Don't you want to get up now?" And it was like, yeah, I want to get up now. I'm late. Oh my God. And what a day. Good morning, Opa. And you know what? It's kind of the first time that you could say good morning, sunshine. And I can look out the window where I'm sitting. I'm looking out the window and it's sunshine. And you know why? Because it's such a wonderful birthday day. Good morning, darling. JB. Happy birthday! Woohoo! It's your birthday, JB. It's your birthday. It's your birthday, JB. It's your birthday. It's your birthday, JB. It's your birthday. I am super psyched. We all are. I could do the whole song, but it would take up the whole 20 minutes, I think. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Jonathan Corver, we celebrate you. You are the best reason to celebrate birthdays ever. And I think, people, that Jonathan celebrates his birthday with his sister by another mother, Karen Carpenter, right? Am I right about that? Yes, yes, yes. Talk about a guy whose birthday I celebrate as a holiday. This guy. We're so lucky to have him be part of us. He's like what love looks like if you roll it up into a ball and throw it at the earth. That'd be him. Yeah. Happy birthday, my dear. Happy birthday from all of us. Thank you for being the human that you are that makes this world a better place. I know my friends here who have met you all love you. They can't help it. No, they can't. They can't help it. Whew. That was good to start the day with a tribute to you. Happy birthday. It's a lot of people's birthdays today. I had a lot of birthday work to do when I woke up this morning. But I want to start out by telling you about yesterday because it was another one of those very strange, super connected to universe kind of mornings. I remembered right after I stopped talking to you yesterday that it was March. And I remember March, the beginning of March, my mother-in-law's birthday was like the 1st or the 2nd of March. What was it? Was it the 1st or the 2nd? Because I think she's going to be like 100 years old today. This is what I'm thinking yesterday, right? She was my mother-in-law for 20 years, but she and her husband were my friends for like almost 10 years before that. Yeah, like she was a part of my life for a very long time. And she might not be my mother-in-law anymore, but that doesn't mean she's not still special. And her husband was my best friend in the whole wide world. And anyway, so I started looking for her birthday, and I have this little book that I made in 2012. I used to do a calendar for everybody every year and put everybody's birthdays on it. I mean, like everybody that I knew, right? Now Facebook does that. You don't really need it anymore. But this particular year, I just listed the dates and whose birthday it was. And I thought, I'll check that out. But first, I'm just going to look on Facebook and I'll check, my ex-husband and my ex-brother-in-law, and I'll check their sites because they must be doing something for her 100th birthday, right? And as I'm looking at the site, the phone rings. Now, mind you, this is like 6:30 in the morning. It's pretty dang early for a phone call. And it's my husband to tell me that, yes, it was indeed his mother's birthday yesterday. She made it to 100 years old at midnight and then peacefully died in her sleep at 4:30 in the morning. Kind of bittersweet, huh? So Millie Lynette's For a whole lot of years, you graced this planet. 100 years. And you made it to 100 years. I had a friend, I guess he's still my friend, Danny. Um, Danny Morris, wherever you are, this one's for you. He was a comedian, and his father died on his birthday, and he put that into his act, and he said his driver's license and his father expired on the same day. Bump. I guess in a sick way, that's kind of funny, isn't it? So who else's birthday is it? It's Billy Shulman's birthday. I've been celebrating Billy Shulman's birthday for a lot of years, since he was a kid, but he's not a kid anymore. He's a big guy. Happy birthday, Billy Shulman. But there's one special little guy. This little guy, can you see him? That's John Ben. You should recognize that. That's the old balloon affair days. And yes, that's my number one godson. First godson I ever had. Watched him be born and everything. That would be my little Danny Gold. My little Danny Gold is in his mid-20s, living in Canada, working and doing wonderful things, and as adorable as ever. And I miss his face. This is the kid who used to say to me, Auntie Sandye, I have some books for you to read. And I'd say, yeah, I'm not really interested in the books that you would read. You know, I don't like that weird. And he'd look at me and he'd go, don't you want something to talk to me about? And it's like, okay, bring on the books. And I'm telling you, that kid never, ever picked a book I didn't like. He picked great books for me. And that's so appropriate because today is also Read Across America Day. And it was my godson, Danny Gold, who had me reading like crazy. Why is it Reading Across America Day? Because it's Dr. Seuss's birthday today, too, which makes all of you birthday people Seussicles, right? Okay, so did you read the news, though? Seriously, this just blew me away. I have to reread some Dr. Seuss now and find out if this is really true. Apparently, 6 Dr. Seuss books on his birthday have been pulled from publication and sale because of racist and insensitive imagery. And one of those is it happened on Mulberry Street. And one of them was, what was it? If I Ran the Zoo, I'm trying to remember. Look, all I can tell you is he died in 10 years ago. He died in 91, no, 20 years ago. And his estate that has, responsibility for his books is still doing over $30 million a year in sales. Yeah. And it was their decision to pull some of these books because of racist and insensitive imagery. I have to reread them and see what that was now, because that's pretty serious stuff. Let's see. I'm just looking to see if I missed something. Absolutely absurd. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. True story that. Yeah. Over $30 million a year, and he's been dead for 20 years. He's second in line to Michael Jackson. I think the Michael Jackson estate is still making even more money than that. Wow. So Millie made it to 100 and died at 100, which is why the word art today is what it is, because birthdays are such a flow, aren't they? I mean, every day people die and people are born, and people die and people are born. And how often, I wonder, we should look it up. How often do people actually die on their birthday? Wow. She wants to be remembered, I can tell you. She wants to be remembered. March 1st will always be the day I remember as Millie's birthday and Millie's death day. Yeah. So I went through old pictures yesterday to find some great old pictures of Millie. I don't want to share them with you until I get permission, or if I get permission. But I did find this one of Fritzy, who I guess is doing fine after her fall, but I didn't get a call back as many times as I called yesterday. Check this out. Can you see this? She looks like she's graduating from high school here because the way she's dressed and everything. But this is her elementary school graduation. Look at the flowers. Can you see that? And I don't know if you can actually see the watch she's wearing. It was her present from my grandparents, who were not wealthy people, but it's a beautiful, like rose gold kind of watch, little tiny thing with a cloth, not a cloth, but like this special kind of ribbon band. It's beautiful. I have it. It doesn't work. I need to take it in and get it fixed. But the shoes, can you check out those shoes? They look orthopedic and classy all at the same time. Okay, so that's my that's gonna whoops, drop my glasses. That's gonna have to be the Fritzy report today because there's so much more to talk about. Yes, and she was adorable. Good morning, Ginny. Oh, JB's gonna have some pictures for us later. I'm assuming they're birthday pictures, but not in your birthday suit, please. No, 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 that would be too much for even me. Desi Arnaz's birthday too. Makes you want to play conga drums, doesn't it? Oh, Lucy. This is the anniversary in 1933 of King Kong. Do you remember seeing King Kong the first time when you were a kid? It was like scary, right? And when you saw Fay Ray, that tiny, tiny little person in King Kong's hand as he's climbing up the Empire State Building, that's like the classic picture, right? I thought it was real when I first saw it. I didn't know. Speaking of watching movies and TV and stuff like that, which I sort of was, binge watched, I think it's called Ginny and Georgia. Maybe I got it backwards. I think it's Ginny and Georgia, but a mother and daughter. Have you seen it yet? You got to watch it. It's the first time my sweetie stayed awake through the whole thing. I mean, like each night that we watched a few episodes, he didn't miss them. And last night, he stayed up after bedtime to see how it ended for the season. I don't know what they're going to do next season, but I hope there is a next season. Oh, yeah. Also, 1965. It's Georgia and Ginny. I just watched it. Really? It's not Ginny and Georgia? All right, whatever it is. Wasn't it good? I really liked it. The dialogue was great. The music was good. The pace was good. The unexpected kept happening. I really liked it. 1965. It was a very good year. 1965, The Sound of Music came out. 1966, it got the Academy Award for Best Movie or Best Musical or something, whatever it was. But The Sound of Music, the hills were alive with The Sound of Music. Do, re, mi. I mean, come on, seriously. I think I could sing any song from that movie start to finish. Not that I wouldn't do that to you, but they're all so good. Yeah, right? I watched it with my grandson, and he loved it until we got to the Nazi part, and he said, "This is kind of a scary movie." And it was like, yeah, that part was really scary. It moved everybody, but it was what was going on back then. The big escape scene at the end there, and whoo. Ginny graduated from high school in 65. Ginny, you're even older than I am. I didn't graduate till 67. We're 40s babies. Yeah. Woohoo. I know. Isn't that weird to be a 40s baby? Okay. Moving on. This is also the anniversary of the death of D.H. Lawrence. Do you know who D.H. Lawrence was, the writer? He wrote Lady Chatterley's Lover, which every kid I knew tried to get a copy of because we heard it was a disgusting, filthy book. But you had to be able to read it in order to get the parts of it that were sexy, right? Never worked for me. But I always laugh when I hear his name now because he also wrote Women in Love. Women in Love became a big hit movie. A lot of his books became movies, and they were all, I'm going to say, edgy. And I think that's putting it mildly. But the reason I crack up when I think of him is in like 1969, something like that, 1970, the synagogue I belonged to did a fundraiser of a movie night, and the movie they chose was D.H. Lawrence's Women in Love. I would love to know who was responsible for making that choice. This was just not a movie that you would choose for a religious organization to use as a fundraiser. I swear to you, there was a scene where a woman was making it with a donkey or something weird like that. It just was not appropriate. It just wasn't. And maybe I'm looking at 1969 and the moral standards of the time, and maybe today it would be perfect. I might have to watch it again just to see. I remember it being pretty disgusting. I walked out thinking, I can't believe they chose this movie. Now I'm tempted to go watch. I think I will. I think I'm going to watch it again just to see if it was as horrible as I remember it being. I can always turn it off, right? I mean, what can it cost? $4? Oh, okay, Opa. Now you're starting to upset me. Opa says, ha ha ha, I was born in 68. Fred Lynette's used to say, I have underwear older than you are. Yeah, baby. So you're our kid here, Opa. That's why we love you and take care of you so much. It's true. It's true. Today is Old Stuff Day. So I guess, JB, that includes you. Yeah, wasn't yesterday like vintage day or something, and today's old stuff day? What's going on? Oh, can I show you my favorite picture of Fritzy and me? How cute is that? Can you see the expression on her face? That was the moment she saw my daughter in her wedding gown for the first time. And a friend of ours was the photographer, Jessie Butler, who's just fabulous. And she caught the exact moment with that delighted shock and surprise on my mother's face. Nice picture, huh? Okay, it's also banana cream pie day. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not having it, but oh my God, do I love banana cream pie. It's like got all the wonderfulness of bananas, which I love, and vanilla pudding, which I love, and crust, which I will eat anything that's in crust just about, and whipped cream. I mean, what could be bad? And sprinkle some nuts on the top and Oh, Opa asks that we please keep her in our thoughts this week because she's going to see a lawyer on Thursday to fight for visitation for her adorable, adorable little grandson who used to live with her and was moved. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. I can tell you personally, the grandma connection, it might even be stronger than the mommy connection in a lot of ways. Yesterday, I looked at a picture of me holding Max when he was just months old, all cuddled up and warm and squishy and soft. And I was looking down at him with so much love. But what got me was when I looked at that picture 10 years later, I was still as chachie inside. I was as mushed up inside as the moment I looked at that boy and fell in love. I get it, Opa. I am so wishing good thoughts for you. I want that baby back in your life. Bam! Come on, everybody, get that intention out there. Let's get Opa's little grandson, Liam. Let's get him back. Let's, even if she can't get him back, at least get permission for him and she to be together at visitations. Okay, that's my pitch for you. Hey, it's been a long day. Dr. Seuss, read a book. Happy birthday, JB. Happy birthday, godson Danny. Goodbye, Millie Lynette's. Rest in peace. And the rest of you, remember, life is a flow. Life is a flow. You'll get them back. You're in for a whole lifetime of Shehekianu. That's firsts. Firsts are the best. And the first time you get to see him after you haven't seen him in a while is going to be amazing. Make it a terrific Tuesday, my friends. I love you all. Have the specialest of special days. Sip and a smile. See you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.